Challenge accepted.
Welcome back to The Dig, as played by Andrew Techie. We have finally discovered this alien guy. Well, we discovered him in the previous video. And we managed to save Robbins, and now we're going to get her to talk to this creature to learn everything we need to learn about this place. And I just realized I've got no crystals. Well, hang on, let's see what happens. Maybe I don't need to use crystals.
It's the remains of a huge creature.
Well, that's interesting. Let's hope we can collect more from... Let's go back. I didn't even think to check my inventory. Oh, but of course, because he took all of our crystals, didn't he? I forgot about that. Brink punched us in the last episode and took all our crystals. Darn it. Well, on the way there, seeing as there's not going to be much talking, I've got some more trivia about this game. For example, originally it was actually the moon that changed into an interstellar spaceship that transported our characters here. This is a change that came into being when Sean Clark took over, who's the current, well, who is the guy that finished the project. Gotta find Brink. I mean, I seem to think... No, never mind. Okay. The other thing is that... well, the other two things I'm going to have to wait a bit. To be honest. Because there'll be spoilers on those two. Bits of trivia. Alright, let's talk to Brink.
There are side effects to the life crystals, Brink. They change your personality. They seem to be making you crazy.
Yes, the poor, ignorant fools who slog through the mud of inferior mental functions. They look at brilliance and call it madness.
Brink, there's a dead alien sealed inside a crystal tomb.
In a culture that can raise the dead, they probably have a good reason when they choose to bury somebody instead of reviving him. Now leave me alone.
How do we get him to... I mean, I know it's supposed
Brink,
to...
I have to tell you, you're exhibiting signs of advanced dementia. You're paranoid, violent, and manic.
I know you're saying these things to try to gain power over me, and if you don't shut your mouth, I'll shut it for you.
We're on the verge of opening a gateway in the fabric of reality. If it works, we think it might lead us home.
Yes, you and Maggie can go home. Do you think I don't know you secretly plan to leave me behind and take credit for everything yourselves?
Hang on, how do you know about that yet? Okay, plan B.
Why do I bother? Talking to you is a waste of time.
Yeah, plan B, we're going to go back to... I'll show you guys now. May as well take the light bridge, it'll be faster. Where was that basin of life crystals? Was it the Museum Spire, I think? I believe it was, yeah. So... Yes. Yes, they're still here. Fantastic. Okay, great. We will need 4. I think we need 4 anyway. Go back up, and that's the light bridge. Yeah, this spire here we can't get to yet, but you'll see how we get there later. In fact, chatting to this guy... Man, wrong thing.
Never mind.
Chatting to the dude in the tomb might just give us some answers. And I don't mind saying that during that interaction, which is going to be fairly long, I'm going to actually keep my mouth shut. Because there's a lot of very interesting information and lore and background to be learnt from the alien. Okay, right, so now we actually have a life crystal.
Here's where my alien education either pays off, or we die.
Die?
As long as I don't accidentally offend him, we'll be okay.
Backlash Park.
He says, open your mouth, which is their way of saying, speak.
You do the talking, Maggie, so you can understand each other.
Speak.
You see how suddenly, all of a sudden, he's speaking English. No, let's ask a
Why
question.
was your tomb so carefully hidden?
So only the most persistent, the most clever, and therefore the most dangerous of visitors would find me.
Why has your body been preserved so carefully?
Since all the evil in this place was my fault, I chose to be its guardian forever.
If what you did was bad, why do the museum displays give you so much honor?
There was a time when my creations were thought to be good. I believed it myself, or I would never have created them.
That refers to the display where they show this guy with a crown. Although we didn't know that it was this guy specifically at the time. So I think Maggie took a chance with that question.
How long will you remain here?
Until the last of my mistakes is rectified, or until the life crystals lose their power out of miserable death.
That's all the questions we can ask. If you ask that, it'll just repeat the previous question.
We want to go home.
That is the wish of all living creatures. It is a vain wish, for there is no true home. All intelligence wanders and has no rest.
Okay, we'll get back to that.
There's water everywhere in these islands. Waterfalls, pools, and the sea all around.
We love the water, but now my people live in an eternal desert, neither drinking nor thirsting. If only they could thirst again, and then drink. If only they could dive into the sea and hear the roaring of the waterfall.
The creatures who live here now, did you people know of them, or did they come later?
Millions of years have passed since then. What once were pets or companions have followed their own evolutionary paths. They have become as beautiful or as terrible, as clever or as stupid as it was in them to be.
That's interesting. So we are given a time frame.
The monster who captured me, are there any more of them?
That one did not evolve. It was made. And there are as many of them as are needed.
That's interesting. That is something I never noticed before. That's a hint to the one bit of trivia that I'm going to explain later.
Who are you, Honored One?
The bringer of misfortune.
Doesn't help us.
Please tell me who you are.
I am the doer who undoes, the creator who uncreates. And yet, I would gladly be the destroyer who undestroys, the dangerous one who protects.
Speak plainly. Tell us who you are.
Once, I was hailed as the greatest mind my people ever produced. I tried to bring them power and happiness. I gave them power to leave this world, to leave their bodies, to enter an existence as pure mind, eternally perfect. But I could not give them the power to return. and reclaim their abandoned bodies, their decaying world. They are lost and cannot return.
Have you a name?
I had a name when I was alive. Now that I am again and again dead, what need have I for names? My body is now so ancient that the crystals scarcely have power over me. I rise for a few minutes, and then I fall again. Soon, I will cease to rise at all. Only then will my grief end. I want no name or memory to live after me.
Yeah. It's quite a tragedy, this, actually.
The map helped us find you. Did you create it?
It was created by those who now wish only to find themselves.
See, okay, I just realized this is assuming that we've spent a lot of time talking, because she's got knowledge that we haven't actually told her about yet. So
The language of the library was a great achievement. It was so clear and surprisingly easy to learn.
The greater the idea, the simpler and clearer the language needed to express it.
okay. Notice how many topics we've got here. Okay, not that many more.
Did you invent the life crystals? To raise the dead is the greatest achievement we've seen.
What raises the dead can debase the living.
Are there side effects to the crystals?
What the crystals create is not a life, but a slave.
So when the life crystals restore you, you aren't really alive?
They restore the cells and the organs, but take away all that made the life worth living.
Then why did you make them?
Our society became obsessed with living eternally. I underestimated the breadth and danger of the obsession. The crystals are the second worst mistake I made.
Interesting.
Why is this inscription in another kind of writing?
I did not write it. I would not have written it.
I can read it, but the meaning isn't clear. It speaks of something hidden.
It was the first achievement on the road to my greatest error, the one that condemned my people.
Interesting.
The light bridges are magnificent. We never dreamed that people could walk on light.
Ah, yes. We were happily surprised at how convenient those light strands turned out to be. If we had known, we would not have bothered to build the trams.
If you were surprised that the lights could be used as bridges, what did you create them for?
When all the bridges are complete, the eye will see.
Now that line seems needlessly poetic or obtuse, but it's actually not really.
When you say the eye will see, you aren't talking about our eyes, are you?
An eye that can see the 3 dimensions of time, as well as the 3 dimensions of space. It will show you beauty beyond belief. But once you have seen Space-Time 6, will you ever see Space-Time 4 again? The eye may be open, but the mind hasn't the strength to see.
So space-time 4 referring to the 4 dimensions of reality. Up, or your vertical, your horizontal, time, and so on and so forth, right? Those are your dimensions. I probably got that horribly wrong, but space-time 6, I presume, means you can see forward and backwards in time also. I'm presuming here. I'm not a physicist.
The metal plates we found, what are they?
They are authority and power. Each shape has a meaning. And when they are fitted together, they have a new meaning.
If we put the control plates in the triangle, what will happen?
You will open the door to beauty without boundaries, and to trouble without end.
Okay.
What are the ghosts we saw? Are they alive?
My people all travel to the realm of Space-Time 6, where 3 dimensions of time join to the 3 dimensions of space.
Happen to have it
It
right.
is indescribably beautiful, but they can build nothing there. They can create nothing. They just exist, on and on with empty lives and hearts that long for this hard and stony world.
But we need this guy to help us out, and so far he's given us lots of information, but not the information we need, so let's get profound.
The probe you sent out brought us here.
Excuse me.
We want to go back to our home planet.
Another one of our terrible mistakes. We sent out those probes when we thought we had found the glorious secrets of the universe. We could not call them back. Thus, I remain here to warn all those who come in answer to an invitation we wish we had not sent.
Warning us won't do any good unless we can get back home to Earth to tell other humans.
There are 2 ways to protect your planet. One is if you return and warn them to stay away. The other is if you never return at all. Which warning do you think will be more effective?
That is very wise words, that is very true.
Tell us how to get back to Earth. I beg you.
If my people could return from Space-Time 6 where they have gone, they would rebuild the starport. They would make a crystal ship which would take you back to your planet. But they will never find their way back home.
Okay, now, I believe this has opened up new... maybe not.
Tell us how to get back to Earth. I beg you.
If my people could return from Space-Time 6 where they have gone, they would rebuild the starport. They would make a crystal ship which would take you back to your planet. But they will never find their way back
I'm a
home.
little bit confused, but I think I know what to do. There is a topic, I believe it's missing from this point.
Thank you for helping us.
I will only have helped you when you give up your foolish plan.
We're not giving up.
My only consolation is that true death comes closer with each dying.
Okay.
Good job of translating, Maggie.
He speaks very slowly and clearly. But I'm also pretty damn good.
Now, a couple things we can do is we've got this guy here. And there is something else. We've given some hints in that conversation. Trying to think where to, okay, I think I know where to go. We need to take Robbins to hang on here. No, not
Robbins.
we need to take her to. Let me hang on.
Never mind.
Oh, man, never mind. I guess we'll. I was going to check if I could ask her something, but we need to go back to the map spire. You recall there was a specific thing that I mentioned in a previous video where I said this is the first time that Brink doesn't just punch buttons. He actually says, I'm not 100% sure how to use this, or something to that effect. Where is it? Is it Is it? Yeah. No. There. Right here. Alright.
Look at it, Maggie. It shimmers, but it doesn't seem real. A kind of light that's just on the edge of existence.
Something like this. You'd think they would have written about it somewhere. They've written about every other phenomenon here.
Okay. I believe we give this to Maggie.
Can you look at this inscription, Maggie? Does it say anything that might help?
That was quite a throw.
It wasn't clear to me before, but now I can see.
Yeah, you have to actually be in this location so far as I know.
Boston. It exactly describes that strange field of almost light.
What does it say?
Or when you give her the inscription.
It's a set of instructions. Now it makes perfect sense. I just twist this.
Everything's so simple when you read the directions.
If we didn't know better, we'd think that island had been there for 1,000,000 years.
I was getting worried that there was a bit of a glitch there, but fortunately not. Right, we need to go to this island.
This island was brought back from another dimension.
Oh, there we go. Opening. Aha.
What was so important that they left us exact instructions on how to get here?
Maybe that metal plate over there.
The last metal plate that we need. Because if I'm not mistaken, we've already put 2 in the display. And I got 1 in my inventory.
That's the 4th one. If it's like the metal plates on Attila, these 4 should fit together in that triangle matrix.
Yes, but there's no guarantee that putting them together will take us anywhere we want to go.
You have the most cheerful thoughts, Ms. Robbins.
If you had been abducted by a monster and then half drowned, you might be pessimistic too.
But you lived, didn't you? And your hair looks terrific again.
You sure know how to make a girl feel good.
We'd better go find Brink again. In case these metal plates do the job.
He threatened to kill me the last time I saw him. Maybe it would be safer if we leave him and send an expedition back to get him later. An armed expedition.
There's no guarantee we'll ever get back. For all we know, this is a one-way trip.
You're right. We can't leave him. He scares me, Boston. Worse than the monster.
They're both just hungry for something.
But Brink is smarter, more dangerous.
We're smart too. Let's go.
And anyway, Brink's the military... not Brink. Boston is a military man. Yeah, so we're now going to try and convince Brink to join us.
That was a powerful one.
Commander Lowe! Can you hear me?
Brink, we're looking for you. We've got the last of the metal plates and we...
Listen to me, Commander. I'm trapped. I need your help.
Where are you?
It's near one of the light bridges. An arched bridge over a waterfall, and then into a crevice in the rock. You must have been there. You're the one who's been turning on all the light bridges, aren't you?
Hold tight, we're on our way.
Hold tight! Very funny.
I'm not sure he meant it as a joke, but... recognize the location that Brink is talking about there. Is it opening here? Yes. Where he is the museum spire? No, it's the planetarium. right, which is not where he's building his machine, funny enough. But your waterfall is there, and an arch. Arch goes over a waterfall, sort of. Let's go say how's it to Brink.
You've just got your hand jammed in the rock? I thought you were in real trouble, Brink.
When would it be real trouble, Commander? When it's your hand?
I don't go sticking my hand into cracks.
I was reaching for a life crystal, and then the rock shifted. My circulation is cut off. No blood is getting to my hand. You can't pull me out, Commander. Don't leave me to die here, even if you have to cut off my hand.
Don't be so dramatic, Brink. Nobody's going to cut off your hand.
Don't make promises you might not be able to keep, Maggie.
Are you serious? He's just got a stuck hand.
It's a race to see whether gangrene kills him before he dies of thirst or starvation.
You'd cut it off.
Of course he would. The military trains you to recognize necessity and do it.
It would be easier if I had anything to cut it with.
Chew it off then!
Oh, I would, Brink. But human teeth can't bite through bone.
After all that's happened to us, this may be the most horrible.
Do something, Commander! Do it now!
Yeah, that is... And I like his response, where this goes to show that he knows what he's talking about. How do we save Brink? I mean, we could talk to him. But I don't think he's
Brink,
gonna
how are you holding up?
Get me out of here, or I'll... Please get me out of here!
How you holding up? Yeah, okay, so we can't ask him any questions. The way we do this, I hate to say it, it's a straw bone.
You're going to saw off his hand with a jawbone?
The teeth are razor sharp.
What about anesthetic?
Do it, Commander!
Brace yourself, Brink. I can't believe you endured so much pain without fainting.
I'm fine. But I'll need more crystals.
Come with us to the Triangle Matrix. We've got all the metal plates. You think it's gonna take us home?
You don't know where it's going to take you. I'd rather gather more life crystals.
What if it does take us home, Brink? What if we can't come back and get you? Do you want to stay here forever? Then what will happen to your research into the life crystals?
Yes,
That's what
I
I'm saying.
see your point.
Maggie's a smart one.
I'll go with you to try out these metal plates. But if it doesn't get us home, then you two will stop interfering with me from then on. All right? You agree we have a deal?
Agreed.
All right, all right.
If he automatically puts the plates in. Didn't think so. That would be too easy.
That should do it.
Do what? What's happening?
Nothing is happening, that's what.
A little bit of patience, jeez.
That's not exactly nothing, Brink.
It's a door. You think Earth is on the other side? I think nothing is on the other side.
What did you expect? The Tooth Fairy to come and fly us all home? The door opened. Let's go see what's in there.
We had a deal. I came, these metal plates did not take us home, and now you will have to leave me alone forever. You gave me your word, and I expect you to keep it.
He is definitely insane.
Is that your opinion as a journalist?
It's my opinion as a sane person.
Yeah, so that's is that. I'm gonna call it for this particular video because it's just gone 30 minutes on my clock. But when we get back, we will enter through that door and to the last spire. We'll see how it ends. Although I don't know that I'll be able to finish the game in the next video, but we'll see. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
Don't be so dramatic, Brink. Nobody's going to cut off your hand.
Don't make promises you might not be able to keep, Maggie.
Are you serious? He's just got a stuck hand.
It's a race to see whether gangrene kills him before he dies of thirst or starvation.